Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place, and today I am super excited because we are going to talk about a book that I have been wanting to talk about since I finished it a few weeks ago. It is the amazing Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. This is the first book that I picked up from the Zoella book club, and it most certainly did not disappoint. I will admit, when I first picked this book up, I was very skeptical. When I finished this book, I spoke to Jennifer about it, and I said to her that I have been very skeptical about the book, that it seemed like a very middle grade book, a book that someone my age wouldn't be able to enjoy. And I said to her that I am so glad that you have proven me so wrong. This book inspired something in me. It brought out my inner feminist, and it just made me so proud to be a woman. So the story focuses on a teenage girl called Vivian. She is in a high school and it is set in America. Now Vivian seems very quiet and very reserved, but inside there's something in her that is absolutely raging, and she has just had enough of the way that girls are treated in society, and she sets out that she is going to change that. The boys kind of control everything in the school, and it got me thinking about when I was at school and how things were then. It was only about 7 years ago, so not that long ago, but there's a part in the book where the girls are called out by the teachers, made to stand up and change into these awful clothes if what they're wearing is deemed as too revealing. Now I remember when I was at school, obviously we weren't allowed to wear what we wanted, we had a uniform. But we had this ultra long skirt which touched the floor. It was so awful, and quite a lot of us had ours taken up, or we rolled them up, not to an obscenely short length, but if we wanted to, we should have been able to. But I remember so many of us got called out about wearing our skirts too short and it being distracting for the boys. So I related to so many parts in this book so much, and it made me realise that it is just not okay. I think a really important thing to point out about this book is that it diminishes any kind of stereotype, which I absolutely adored. When I spoke to Jen about this book, I kind of said to her, I love the fact that you made a cheerleader not this ditzy, falling in love with the jocks kind of girl. She was her own person, and she was strong and she was independent. And then there was also Seth. God, I loved Seth so much, but we are told that he was kind of a jock in his last school and that he played football and he was like super macho, but in this book he is an absolutely badass feminist. And I loved that she added these things to kind of make us think that not everyone is the same, not all girls are the same, not all boys are the same, and it's really important when we're thinking about things like feminism to remember that. So Vivian decides to write these things called zines. Now I'm not sure if we're calling them zines or zines, we've had this conversation over on Twitter today, but I'm sticking with zines because they're kind of like little magazines, and she distributes them all around the school, and they're completely anonymous, so not even her friends know that she's written them, but they contain such a powerful message that she wants to get across to the entire school, that Moxie girls fight back, and that they are not going to sit around anymore and be treated like they're inferior to men. What I loved about this book is that it included all the zines in there. So they look like this. Moxie Girls Fight Back. I'm not going to read it all out to you, but they are absolutely amazing and I loved reading them, and I thought it was a really good part to include in the book. But the kind of things that they include, like this one, this was the first one that she did, and it says, if the words you've read make sense to you, draw some hearts and stars on your hands before school next Friday, find girls who feel like you. So I think this book kind of just wants to unite girls, not just girls, unite everybody into believing that everyone is equal and deserves the same opportunities. Now, no one knows who has written these zines apart from Viv herself and a certain someone that I won't reveal just yet, but they do know, but they do keep it a secret for her. But a lot of things happen because of these zines. A lot of trouble comes from these zines, but some amazing, powerful messages are definitely conveyed. This story is Viv's journey, really, not only as a person but as a woman too, and it really is absolutely brilliant. I can't tell you much more without spoiling it, but honestly, if you're not a feminist, this will turn you into one because it is simply amazing. As always with the Zoella book club, I'm going to be reading my favourite quotes from the book. Actually, I only have one quote from this book because this quote just stuck out to me so much, and it was by far the most amazing quote from this book, for me anyway. I can't find the words to explain it to him. I'm totally sure he's not doing it on purpose, but Seth is a guy, and he can't ever know what it feels like to walk down a hallway and know that you're getting judged for the size of your ass or how big your boobs are. He'll never understand what it's like to second guess everything you wear and how you sit and walk and stand in case it doesn't attract the right kind of attention, or worse, attracts the wrong kind. He'll never get how scary and crazy making it is to feel like you belong to some big boy monster that decides it can grab you and touch you and rank you whenever and however it wants. Now, if you don't absolutely adore that quote, I think you're lying to yourself. That quote made me cry my eyes out the first time I listened to it, and it made me a bit choked up reading it then. But that is the kind of message that this book gets across. So if you want to read a book this year, please make sure it's this one because it is absolutely sensational. So thank you, Zoella, for recommending it. Also, I asked you guys to send me some 5-word reviews of Moxie, which I'm going to be doing for all of the videos in the Zoella and Friends book club, and this is some of the things that you had to say about Moxie. Making feminism cool and badass, that was from Rebecca Stobart. Fierce, feminist, empowering, inspiring and fabulous, that was from Golden Books girl Amy. And family, school, feminism, girl power, and that was from Cora Lynn at Coraz. Also, at 6 o'clock today, there will be a chat about Moxie over on my Twitter, which is zcollins1994, so make sure you get involved with that because I'm so excited to do it with you all. This super cute badge, I absolutely adore it, and it came free when you buy Moxie. There was 4 of them, but that one's my favourite. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you! Bye!